is June 19th at 3:38 in the morning. That is indeed my birthday. I am now, as you can see, by the candles right over there, 26. That's kind of crazy. That's pretty old, but that's pretty cool, I guess. I don't really ever have anything happy to say about birthdays. I feel like my opinion on like birthdays and how my birthdays have been the last however many years is always like kind of depressing. So I'm gonna try not to be too depressing about it. But yeah, I figured I would do some sort of a birthday-ish video, and so I went to Kroger yesterday before I went to sleep at like 8 in the morning, 7 in the morning actually, and I got a little vanilla cake with a bunch of cute sprinkles and stuff. Looks pretty cool. Only $6, pretty nice. I went with vanilla instead of chocolate because I feel like I'm in a bit more of a vanilla mood for this video, and I'm gonna have a chocolate cake in a few days when because we usually celebrate my birthday, my mom's birthday, and Father's Day all together because they're very close in proximity, which I actually really like because I don't like a lot of attention on myself for anything. Like, I didn't even really have a grad party when I graduated college. I don't like a lot of eyeballs on me. I'd rather people focus on other people. I don't like asking for gifts. I don't know how to explain it, but yeah. So I don't know how we're gonna do this. When I was at the store, I did also pick up, other than those candles, I bought some Hershey's shell. I guess it's it's just chocolate drizzle. I don't know how much of that I'm gonna use. I don't know what's gonna happen to this cake here in a few minutes. This two's gonna fall. And then I got this whole thing of sprinkles here. Variety pack. Got some red sparkly sprinkles. We got some of the long and colorful rainbow sprinkles, which are the same as this container over here on the side. Those are the ones that I used to decorate my hot dog that I put chocolate frosting on in that video one time, like months ago. That one was funny. We got little rainbow dot sprinkles, similar to the dot cake cookie that I had from Crumble Cookie the other day. Behind the tag there, I'm assuming that is like green sparkly sprinkles. This compartment next to it, you really can't see much, but it's like star sprinkles and stuff, and then some chocolate sprinkles. I used to like eating sprinkles individually as a kid. So I think what I'm gonna do is just open this cake up and just like absolutely like lather it with sprinkles to whatever extent I feel that I can. The goal is to, turn this into like a cool abomination for a thumbnail, while at the same time doing my best to make it so that there's not so many sprinkles that they're constantly falling off, making loud noises, because I don't like, it's like the sound of crumbs and stuff falling on plastic or my plates. They sound weird for the videos, So I don't know how we're gonna go about this. I think I'm gonna even try to change the camera angle a little bit too. Haven't done that kind of thing in a while. Let's see what kind of stuff we can come up with for this silly thing. Birthday, wow. Alright, I had to turn a light off to make it so that the white of the cake is not too outrageously bright for the camera, but this looks really good. I have not eaten a real meal since so what's today? Technically now it's Friday the 19th, right? At 3:44 in the morning. Last real meal I ate was, gosh, was that yesterday? No, it was I think it was like 48 hours ago for the McDonald's video that went up yesterday. Yeah, I've just been snacking a decent bit the last few days, more than eating for videos and stuff. Busy, yada yada. Let's see how we can make this fun, shall we? I think, God, what do you start with this? I think, do we start with the frosting, or do we start with these sprinkly sprinkles? The sprinkles. This thing has a really good layer of sprinkles around the edge already. I'm quite happy with that. Some already got on the table and whatnot. I think I'm gonna start with the Hershey shell chocolate flavor topping. It says shake well before you. I just shook it a little bit, but did that sound cool? I feel like that could it does have the tag on it, or the cover. LOL, I forgot that. Get this off of here if I can. Gosh, I wish I didn't like bite off my fingernail earlier, my thumbnail, whatever. LOL. These things are always so difficult for me. I don't know why. There we go. Got a good angle on it. That is very strong. God, some part of me wants to just pour it onto the cake without even, without the top on it. Just see what happens. Let's do our best. Oh wow, that just starts going. All right, let's get a nice little circle here. We cross it around a little bit, maybe let a little bit drizzle on the outside of it. I'm not even like putting pressure on the bottle, so it's kind of doing this on its own. There we go. That's a good start. That already looks superbly good. But we're not done yet. We need sprinkles. We need a lot more sprinkles, I think. Alright, I just ripped off the exterior to this. If you want to get one more good look here at the sprinkles we've got. I probably will put a little bit of everything on this just for the vibes. I hope I don't do too many sprinkles and make it too crunchy of a cake, but I think it'll be okay. Let's start with... Oh, okay, they don't open all the way. Just gives you a little opening. We'll do just regular rainbow infused chocolate sprinkles or whatever. Not the easiest process. I don't think this sounds amazing either. But I guess you don't want to go overkill. That's a little bit, okay. Next up, the tiny red ones. These might come out a little bit harder, I think. Oh my goodness, yes they do. Oh yeah, let's go. Very nice. Get the little dot sprinkles now. Get these dot sprinkles making some noise, falling on the table, that's okay. Very cool. Get the green sparklies. Just a couple. Try to be a little bit lighter with the green sparkly sprinkles here. Alright, that's not light, LOL. Oh, you can actually just force the thing open and it goes like way bigger. Sorry, I don't do this often, LOL. Let's get these star sprinkles. And last but not least, the chocolatey sprinkles here. Kinda overdid that. But that's okay, we're not done, I think. I feel like we need some regular rainbow sprinkles in the middle here. Yep, there we go. There's a lot of sprinkles on my table. Did somebody say a little bit more Hershey's shell topping flavor thing? Just a little bit more in the middle, why not? There's a camera close-up. I'm just tilting the camera of what this cake currently looks like. Trying to give you a stable top-down look here. Looks pretty solid, I must say. Now I need to figure out how to take a thumbnail with this. Give you one more good little close-up rotation, sorta, kinda thing here. Good close-up of the top of the cake. Right there. Rotating a little bit. Try not to make too much noise. There's little sprinkles on the table hurting my elbows. You can I think you get the point. This thing is insane. I don't quite know how to go about this in a way that the sprinkles won't make so much noise falling off of the cake. So we're gonna try to just have to deal with it or edit it out or something. No big deal though, no big deal. I'll make it work, I will make it work. This one sprinkle's asking for it. Can't have cake without Diet Coke. I mean, what kind of animal would I be if I did not pour out Diet Coke with my cake? Cheers. this looks insane, dude. I gotta take a picture of this with my phone, I forgot. Obviously, I know I got the candles too. I don't have a lighter. I don't know why. I just kind of grab them for the vibes, for the decorations. They also have glitter like all over them, and I don't like glitter. I didn't really notice it when I was in the store. So they're just kind of here for the vibes. I would put them on, but I think they would get in the way of the aesthetic. So, shall we just like get active? I don't really know. I don't know how this is gonna go. I feel like I should make the camera angle different, but I don't know. Alright, I don't want to fuck with too much other stuff. Let's just get to this. I'm gonna scoop off one chunk of the frosting here with the, Look at that bite right there. Oh yeah, just all frosting, barely any cake. And that is exactly what it tasted like. Pure sugar, through and through. A lot of crunch there. I hope that's not too annoying of a sound. Nice basic piece of cake from the inside. I'll show you in a second. You can see there is a just massive crevasse, massive hole in the middle now. I just tore into the center of this thing. Sprinkle fell. That's pretty cool though. This is definitely quite something. Let's try to get like a, I'm gonna go for like this outer, you can't really see from there, but not as much sprinkle action over here. Try to get this wall with just the frosting and the chocolate drizzle on it. Try to get some of that out of the way. A little bit worried about this part making a mess. Let's see if we can avoid that. Oh boy, it's lifting the entire thing. Holy shit. Oh god. Oh, okay. Yeah, we are all over now. Decent dent in there so far. Not done just yet, but gotta let some of it digest a little bit. You know, I'm not always the biggest sweets guy. If you know me, you know that's the case like all the time. This thing is in the way. 26, pretty surreal. That feels like a big, like after you get like past 21, those numbers are pretty insignificant. But 26, that's like the other side of 25. 25 is like the median, 26 is like the pushing 30 side. Pretty surreal, kind of. When I was younger, I was like really I don't want to say I was worried, but I think I just like when I was 18, I thought that like being 20 or 22 would feel a lot older than it was. And I kind of felt like, you kind of would just, because unless you've lived a life of someone at 20 or 22 or 24, being on that adult life side of things, you don't really know how to understand those dynamics when you're younger, like 18 or 17. And, I feel younger today at 26 than I thought, that I would at like 21 back then, you know what I mean? And I don't really know what I mean by that, but kind of just like, I don't feel old. I don't really look, I don't really age much. I kind of look the same that I've looked since I've been like 17 or 18. The only thing that changes is like the way that I do my hair, and that's like not age based, So yeah, I don't really age much. I don't feel like, and obviously I have a very unique life, obviously, unique circumstances, yada yada. I don't feel like any overwhelming pressure to like get my life moving faster. I don't feel any pressure to be looking to get a house or a kid anytime soon. I don't feel any of that. I have no desire for a partner. You know what I mean? Like, I think when you're younger and when you're like 21 even, like you feel like by this age you'd be like heading in that direction, or you'd be feeling a need for those things. And I'm really glad that I'm not like mentally trapping myself within this idea of like the status quo or the norms of people at this age or whatever. Like I'm a very free person, and I kind of just do my own thing. I don't force myself into anything. I don't know how to explain it, but like I'm not much different today than I was. Like let's take like college. I graduated college a few months after I turned 22, because I graduated at the end of the summer, not in the spring. If you were to go from like that time period after college until now, I'm different, but not in any way like age related wise. I'm different because like I don't like my perspective on like what I want to do or who I am or the type of person I am is not really any different. I'm pretty much the same as I was back then. So I don't really feel like I'm aging, I guess, if that makes sense. I feel like the number of my age does not hold much weight within my identity or who I am as a person, I guess, is what I would say. I guess the only thing that really shakes me, it's not really shaking me, it's just, time goes by pretty quick. I remember where I was on like my 19th birthday, my 21st birthday. Honestly, I don't remember the last few. Last year, I think I know exactly where I was when I turned 25, like right at midnight. I think I might have like a video on my phone, like, alright, this is like kind of edgy, but I've done this for like New Year's and on my birthday a couple of times the past few years, because I know, like, if you don't really know me, I was kind of stuck in this really weird, stagnant kind of life loop since college where I'm trying to go all in on something and I can't really do it, and there's things pulling me and all these, I was very irritated with myself and my inability to figure out a way to figure out like purpose in my life or something. And so I have this video that I did in Snapchat Memories. I didn't actually post this anywhere, but it's literally just a video of me kind of just, it's just dark, you can't really see it, but I'm just sitting on my couch, I think, at my house, because this is a few weeks before I moved to this apartment, and the caption says, "It's now my 25th birthday, this life fucking sucks, God, I hope I figure something out to do with it, man." That's like a few weeks before I had found this apartment, or like, I did at some point a few months prior do some apartment searching, and if you know me, getting an apartment was a very important thing to me, to just be able to focus and be on my own. But was like stuff going on that, I couldn't really do it back then. And I think that my birthday happening was kind of what like flipped the switch in my head to stop letting certain things get in the way and kind of just go full send it into getting it. Not that, it was anything too restricting me, but I like kind of just sent it, and I kind of just, 2 weeks later I had the apartment, right? So I think it just made me flip a switch to kind of just fully blast, full blast, I guess. I don't know how to explain it. I gotta say, I'm definitely a lot happier on this birthday than I was on that birthday. But I'd be lying if I said I'm not still disappointed in some ways, but I don't really blah 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 blah. I'm grateful for what I have. I live a very good, safe, secure life, very weird life where I just eat a bunch of unhealthy food right now, and apparently I'm like damn near shortening my life by doing all this. You never know, but I'm happier this year than I was last year, and I guess that's all that matters. And but like, if we take like last year birthday when I turned 25, the jump from that was like a 0 out of 10 maybe. Okay, maybe like a 2 out of 10. Jumping to 26, I'd say we're at like a 5 out of 10. If I'm not at like a 10 out of 10 or more on my 27th birthday, bro, I'm gonna be pissed. But that's also me speaking from the past, thinking that I have like an idea of how I'll feel in that time. I made decisions when I was like 21 based on how I thought I'd feel at 23. I made decisions at 22 based on how I thought I would feel at 24. At 23, same with like 25. I always thought I would feel different about certain things in my life, whether it's doing YouTube shit, Twitch shit, whatever shit. I always thought that I would feel different in the future, and I was wrong about how I would feel. And it made me make decisions in the past that I don't know how the fuck I'm gonna feel a year from now. I don't have a goddamn clue. But, my God, I hope I feel better than I feel now. Let's get a bit more Diet Coke and then do a bit more cake. I would have liked to do this cake on one of my big plates, but I didn't realize they're all in the dishwasher and they're still dirty. I didn't run the dishwasher yet because I still had a decent amount of stuff that had not been used, so I would have liked to have it on a big plate, and I could have maybe made a bigger mess out of this. I'm trying to be careful so that things don't, go haywire, but they have a nice little plastic exterior here that's catching the sprinkles and the drizzling chocolate and whatnot. I'm just trying not to make like a massive fucking mess, you know what I'm saying? I have removed the plate from the equation. This doesn't really help, I guess, but I'm just like trying to avoid some noise and whatnot. This looks really funny like this. Like it's just a big caveat, big hole, big crater. This is a cool cake though. This is a nice, cool cake though. I like this kind of simple vanilla cake that I just completely made out of crack cocaine and whatnot, you know what I mean? So, let's get some of the simpler part here, maybe. Nice extra layer of frosting in there. I can't even really see what I'm doing. Let's get a bit of this exterior part here. Really break things open. sprinkles to stay like so vertical around the exterior of the cake, you know what I mean? How do you even, I wouldn't even know where to start, like taking one of these things and just like trying to get the sprinkles to stay on the lower portion of the outside like that. That's interesting. I guess you could do it like sideways before you put some of the frosting on top. I don't know. Much softer sprinkles came with the cake. My sprinkles are much harder. I kind of want to make this thing into a mess. I'm not going to do it yet, though. As if it's not already a mess. Honestly, I'm doing a bit more of this than I thought that I guess I don't really know what I thought. I am still like, I'm not gonna lie, I am still pretty hungry. Like a little bit for this, but a lot for like a real meal, because I haven't eaten a real meal in a minute. I still eaten a decent amount of like snack stuff the last 2 days. I just like, the timing to do a video didn't really feel right. My appetite wasn't fully locked in. Like I didn't end up doing one when I woke up on Wednesday. And then Wednesday night, I don't think I had enough appetite, or I didn't know where I wanted to go, like out and about. I thought I'd wake up today on Thursday. Well, it's Friday now, but Thursday, I thought I would maybe have enough appetite to go and do something like a Subway. I really want to go to Subway again. We came up with a couple of really good ideas for places to do on stream the other day, but or yesterday, or Wednesday. I don't even know what day. Okay, but I didn't wake up with much appetite. I didn't feel great when I woke up. Like, I felt fine, but like my eyes were super heavy. I did not sleep very well. And this is at like 5 p.m. LOL. But had some Amazon packages come in for other gifts for my mom and dad and whatnot. I talked to my grandma on the phone for a bit, and I just did not have the hunger in me for a video. Mostly because I was actually planning to do this like right at midnight, but I didn't want to like force it or nothing. I wanted to wait till I was like hungry enough here in the middle of the night, I guess. I did think it would be cool though to have it like turn actually 26 right at midnight and be on video doing it, but it's whatever. Doesn't matter. Does not matter. Where I was though, right at midnight, I was playing League of Legends with my friends because I've started to do that recently. A lot of us are really rookies, so it's kind of fun. But right at midnight, right when I turned 26, is when we were wiping a team or killing a dragon or whatever. And then after it happened, I was like, or did we steal the dragon? I don't remember. I already forgot. But like after it happened, I was like to my friends, like, hey, now we get to say that on my 26th birthday, when I turned 26, we killed the dragon with the boys, let's go. And then my friends were like, oh my god, we're such fucking nerds, dude. We're all kind of shocked that we're at the age in our mid-20s. Because, you know, these are the people from high school that I like played Fortnite with back in the day. And a while ago I had even said, like, could you imagine telling ourselves at age 18 that we would be like playing League of Legends when we're in our mid-20s? Isn't that fucking insane? Like, yeah. It's funny though, I don't know. That's where I was when I turned 26, better than 25 and 24 and 23 and 22 and 21, so. God, so 21, I remember where I was just sitting at my computer doing something stupid that I didn't really want to be doing. I just felt really dumb. I don't like going out for my birthday and stuff. 22. God, what was I doing at 22? Probably nothing special. I was still in school at that time. 23. I don't really remember that. 24. was with my ex-girlfriend, I think. 25, depressing, yada yada, and then 26, See, 25 was depressing because 24, when I turned 24, is when I was first looking for an apartment. And at 25, I didn't have it yet, so, let's do a little bit more here. Sorry I talk so much in this video. Let's get another couple of these obscenely sprinkled up pieces here. I do want to leave myself a decent bit of this to eat as like a drive-by snack in the fridge late at night, you know the deal. I don't know if it's the chocolate sprinkles or the chocolate fudge, but they taste like Milk Duds. I can't see what I'm doing here. I haven't shaved this beard in a few days. I'm kind of lazy about it. Can't really see it in the videos, so. But, I don't want to overdo this. I think this was, I know I didn't eat a whole lot and I talked a lot and it was kind of a weird video, but who gives a shit? If you just want eating sounds, there's 10,000 other channels way better than mine for that. So, the only thing special about my channel is me. Hope that doesn't sound arrogant, but that's just kind of how it is. I'm the only differentiator here, so. Looks better from that side. I put a, wow. Damn, though, that is a decent dent that that's some serious damage I just did right there, wow. Yeah, nice birthday. I mean, it's kind of just started. It's only been 4.5 hours. It's 4:34 in the morning now. I don't think there's much else to say, but, thank you for being a part of why this birthday is not as lame and depressing as the other ones. Definitely nice to have this channel with so many people talking and yada yada. Blah blah blah. It's just one of those things where I need to remind myself that even though it's like, pushing 30, I'm not gonna feel very old when I get to 30 anyway. I'm still gonna feel like I feel today. I still feel the same I feel as when I was really young, and I am still young, and it's just, it gets to the point where you're in all these semantics about old and unk and whatever. But, yeah, it's just another day. It's just another year. It's just a label on yourself for, documentation purposes. If we're being honest, there's no reason to keep track of your age, to be honest. It's useless. Anyway, yeah, 26 doesn't matter. I'm the same person I was at 25 and 24 and 23 and 22 and 21, yeah. Alright, I'm just kind of rambling some nonsense now. This is a lot of bullshit coming out of my mouth, so I'm just gonna end this video here. I gotta go edit it right now before I get tired, because it does indeed need to go up today in approximately 11 hours and 24 minutes from right now, so I'm gonna go do that. Nice cake, nice video. I ate for like 2 minutes out of the entire video, but that's alright. That's okay. Goodbye, goodbye, goodbye. very hard to breathe when I'm like leaning a certain way into the microphone and I talk very breathy. I run out of breath pretty quick. I don't run out of breath, I just need to refresh, you know, to get the proper sound out of the mouth. Alright, again, I'm just a lot of bullshit leaving my mouth. Goodbye, 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 bye, bye. Goodbye, 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 goodbye. Imagine, could you imagine?